This urn fascinates me. Heavens! It was so slippery, as if it had been oiled.
You got inside the wheelhouse. It seems the boat is slowing down. Good job. We can finally get off this ship.
Look, I'm here for the same reason everyone else is. We all hope to make a deal with Mask and get our hands on some of his money. You know what they say about hope. It's one step removed from madness. I'd watch that Scarlet if I were you. Cherchez la femme, as the French say. She's up to something. And don't let mustard or plum fool you. They came here because they wanted something. Blast if I know what it might be, though. Mask? He's a collector and eccentric, you know, just what I read in the papers. Oh, and I guess he likes orchestrating unusual gatherings. Wish I could help you there, but I can't. That's a laugh. If I had ESP, well, never mind. I haven't a clue about that. I have nothing to say about that. Circle. Square. Star. Plus sign. Wavy lines. I don't know. If I know mask, you can be sure of that.
I knew something bad was going to happen.
Looking for something. Oh, I didn't mean to startle you. I took Mask's body upstairs to his cabin. No need to have it lying around upsetting the women. Enjoying our little cruise? There has to be a better way to welcome the new year. Terrible business, hmm? You think Mask might have known how dangerous his collection is?
Mask. Didn't know him at all, though he'd make a classic psychiatric patient. I'm sure he exhibits some unique pathology. I never met him until I boarded the ship. These guests, I know nothing about them professionally. I have read of our little Russian friend Popov in secret dossiers. Turns out she participated in the Soviet ESP experiments. It's a great help in her spying, I'm sure. Let's say that I'm trying to do my traveling outside Germany before 1939. I run the tests in my life, not take them. Sorry. I don't know anything about that. I can't help you there. I would think not, but I bet some people, like Green, are pretty good at pretending. That box is deadly. Don't touch it. Both. And I also found the guest list very intriguing. I'm a scientist, but I have seen in people's hearts and minds that the universe is not as simple as we'd like to think. No. No, thank you. Oh, it's the last arrival. You nearly missed this boat. I wish I could have watched the guests when Mask died, to see who wasn't surprised.
Oh, mingle, meet them. Such an incredible assortment of people. A hypnotist, a magician, and even a psychiatrist. And they all want something from me. But you are the wild card in this little party. I'd tell you what you're doing here, but then that would take all the fun away. Now wouldn't it? That's the big question, isn't it? I suggest you look around, get a feeling for the collection. It's quite a body of work. So you do. Please give it to me. Give me the box, and everything will become clear. Magic is real, my friend. Trust me, I know. Oh, I've nothing to say about that. Wish I had something to say about that, but I don't. Wish I had something to say about that, but I don't. Ah, my last guest, and such an important one too. Thank you. A most interesting sample, this. It's called the Puzzle Box of Death. Now, let me show you how this amazing box works. May I have everyone's attention, please? Oh,
Mask is dead.
Greetings, friends. Thank you all for coming to my little New Year's Eve fete. Once we're at the chateau, my good friend Martin Earth will entertain us with his incredible illusion, Escape from Death. But that's only the start. Take time to meet your fellow guests. Each of you has been especially selected. Please enjoy my ship and my collection. I promise you that this New Year's Eve will bring you amazing, even startling surprises.
Ian Mask is a cipher to me. I know of his money and his strangeness, but then who doesn't? Yes, I'm afraid antiquity is not my forte. I'll tell you this much. If that psychiatrist Julia Kell isn't an agent for the Third Reich, then I'm not a retired colonel. And I bet that Russian woman is an agent for the Soviets. That's nothing but hogwash. Well, I have trouble remembering much these days, but feel free to test me. Oh, I'm just a good journeyman military man who did my duty when the time came. I don't know anything about that. Just this. A trick gone wrong can kill. I'd advise you to be very careful. Circle. Square. Star. Plus sign. Wavy lines. I'm afraid I can't answer that question. Yes, I'd never admit it to any soldiers under my command. But I know that the ancient cultures hide strange secrets. Oh, I doubt that. All this magic rubbish is probably a cover for something else Mask really wants. Oh, I doubt that. All this magic rubbish is probably a cover for something else Mask really wanted. I don't know. No. No, thank you. Why not? Who knows what this lot would want from Mask, dead or alive? Aye, yes. I picked it up just like you and nothing happened. Interesting, isn't it? Do be careful opening it. We don't need two corpses. Only one way to find that out. Pick up that box.
Is he dead?
Ah, you must be the investigator I heard people buzzing about. I did my share of investigating for the military, you know. Bad business. We'd better get off this ship.
Have you seen our host's castle? More like a nightmare on a mountain, a madhouse built by a madman. But do you want to know a little secret? Mask ran out of money after building it. All gone. And none of these desperate people on board know this. Except me. I met Green in New York, working his way through the city's women, whether married or not. But when he met me, something seemed to click. But I couldn't shake the feeling that he wanted something from me. And I once went to a Sabata show. You know, some people say the mad artist's paintings portray the future. Now that is mad. Oh, don't tell me that you're going to throw those ugly old rumours in my face. I simply had to leave the States. I tell you, that senator's wife would have killed him even if he wasn't friends with me. And I have to admit that the chance to see Green again was inviting. Me? ESP? Dubious, but try your best. Why would I? What are you talking about? You're asking the wrong person. I don't know anything about that. Circle. Square. Plus sign. Wavy lines. Oh, yes, I've spoken to him about magic. He told me that he had first-hand experience of something. Scared me talking to him, really. No. Oh, look, another New Year's reveller. Have you found anything fun to do on this creepy boat? I do hope that Mask's death doesn't affect the menu once we get to his castle. I'm so hungry.
Mask? Nothing, except he's a collector, incredibly wealthy, and must be an amazing eccentric to build a castle on top of a mountain. I'm hoping he'll fund my expedition to the Gobi Desert. Why, the amazing collection on this ship. Strange lot, don't you think? Nearly every object here is connected to the Egyptian cult of the netherworld, the so-called death cult of Egypt. Mask seems to have a one-track mind. Every artifact here was discovered by Sir Alexander Black, an amazing explorer. I knew him from his museum exhibits. He was an amateur Egyptologist, but he made some incredible finds. Then, of course, he died with his wife in a tragic plane crash. It was in all the papers. He was survived by a son, who apparently vanished. ESP? ESP, that psychic stuff? Extrasensory perception? A waste of my time. No, thank you. I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry, I have nothing to say about that. Sorry, I have no answer for you. Well, you know about the original discoverer, don't you? How Alexander Black and his wife died in a suspicious plane accident? Tell me, how did Mask get all this stuff? Can you tell me that? Only this, my friend. I told Mask it was an amazing box that throughout history had been used to hide secrets. Deadly secrets. Well, perhaps. I've seen similar items, of course, in the Cairo Museum. Not on display. They were considered too disturbing, since some say the cult of the Netherworld is still strong. No, thank you. No. Oh, hello. I say, didn't we meet at the museum gala last spring? Perhaps not. Mask should have known better. Chinese puzzle boxes are always booby-trapped. No.
Who knows? Perhaps Mask heard that I'm a trained hypnotist. Maybe he hoped I'd help him discover some terribly interesting previous life somewhere. Maybe later, if you're good, I'll hypnotize you. Strangers, every one of them. Dreary, no? But I can guess that this woman psychiatrist Kell is, I imagine, a spy. I saw you talking to that woman in red. Be careful, my friend. Red is such a volatile color. Why am I here? Why are you here? Why is anyone here? It's the eve before the world changes, forever. Better than tell you, let me show you. I know nothing about that. I can't answer that. I can't help you with that. No, that's absurd. But the real question is why Earth asked you to bring it to Mask. Sorry, intuition exists, but I have only my intellect. Women tend to score higher, and the psychic power is usually stronger with someone who is young. What is this card? What is this card? Good. Good. Now, the next card. That was wrong. Next card. That was wrong. You seem to have ESP. Extraordinary. You may find that useful. Well, it doesn't appear that you have ESP. Too bad. I don't either. But here, take the cards. You can pass the time until the main event. No, thank you. No. I was wondering when you would come and say hello. Who knows? Perhaps Mask heard that I'm a trained hypnotist. Maybe he hoped I'd help him discover some terribly interesting previous life somewhere. Maybe later, if you're good, I'll hypnotize you. Mask is dead, and yet this little party goes on. Strange, no?
Ah. You want the picture? A genuine Sabata? Ha! You know about my pictures what they really show? Show me something magical. And I'll draw you something even more amazing. I draw you the future. Yes, show me the trick. Okay, and now I put it back, yes? Okay, which is my card? Yes, that is my card. Amazing. And here is a picture for you. That isn't my card. Come back when you know how to do the trick, you fool. Go away. Can't you see I'm creating? Go away.
No. We shouldn't stay here talking anymore. People are watching us. No, but that magician, Martin Erf, said that Mask invited a private investigator. I assume that's you. Martin Erf is the heir to the busted Kent fortune of Bloodworth Estates. There's no money left now, so he performs elaborate magic illusions for the enjoyment of Mask and his well-heeled friends. He told me about you. I guess you know him? As for the rest of them, I don't know. All I know is that he invited us to a New Year's Eve party on an isolated mountain peak. Sorry, I don't know anything about that. Nothing. Go ahead, but I can tell you I do not have ESP. I don't know. Yes, my intuition was to trust you. How would I know that? It was no accident, so be careful. I'm afraid not. Possibly. Good question. No thanks. I don't know what to think. All I know is that he invited us to a New Year's Eve party on an isolated mountain peak. No. Of course! Mask is dead! This ship is out of control! Find the captain! He must be inside the wheelhouse. You brought him the puzzle box. How can I still trust you? Circle. Square. Star. Plus sign. Wavy lines. I can see 3 numbers. Today's date. What does it mean? You have to do something! The ship is speeding up. It's out of control. You must get inside the wheelhouse. Listen, I'm parched. Perhaps you can get me a drink from the bar downstairs. Thank you. We shouldn't stay here and talk anymore. People are watching us. You're here. I felt strangely alone on this ship with all these odd people, and something bothers me. Everybody here wants something from Ian Mask, but what does he want with us? Can I trust you? You brought Mask that box. The deadly box that killed him. You have to do something! The ship is speeding up. It's out of control. You must get inside the wheelhouse.
Could be. But then, with Mask, I think anything imaginable is possible. Best just bring the box along so our host doesn't get cross. No Mask? I'm afraid I barely know him at all. He invited me to perform some magic. It's not as if I had any better place to be on New Year's Eve. Who do you want to know about? Popov, the Soviet spy who worked with Ivanala's ESP project in Vladivostok? Scary lady. Or how about the German psychiatrist Julia Kell? Sit on her couch and you might not ever get up. Then there's Sabata. Met him yet? Meet him. He may be an artist, but on this trip, I'd say he's indispensable. ESP? That's for fools. But go ahead. I'd watch out for Scarlet. She seems strangely anxious. I haven't the faintest idea. Everything, my friend. Circle. Square. Star. Plus sign. Wavy lines. Sorry, I wish I could help. I say, don't blame me just because I asked you to bring it to Mask. Only Mask touched his artifacts. Why, I don't know. Oh, yes, Ian Mask knows, but I don't think he's telling. No, thank you. No. I don't know anything. Leave me alone. What does anyone here want from Mask? Money? Power? In case you haven't noticed, this boat is filled with desperate people. Teach you a trick? Well, it will have to be something simple, like the keycard trick. Take a card. Now, when you looked at your card, I quickly noted the card that was just before yours, the key card, the Jack of Spades. Now, put your card back into the deck. Your card was the... because it's to the right of the Jack of Spades. Here's the deck, chum. You can do this trick with anyone who might be interested. 4 of diamonds. 6 of clubs. 7 of spades. Queen of hearts. Jack of spades. 81. 90. 99. 207. Ah, the special guest! Allow me. I'm Martin Earth, amateur magician and penniless land baron, and part of this evening's entertainment. Mr. Mask is so eager to meet you. He's asked that you personally bring him the puzzle box. It's the prize of the collection. Here's the key to the display case over there. Do be a good sport and run it over to him. I didn't know that box was deadly. You do believe me, don't you?
Ian Mask? Never. That's why I'm so jumpy. Heavens, why did he invite me? I had never met the man. At least I don't think so. No reason at all. Though I did see that some of the bric-a-brac here was found by Sir Alexander Black. I was the nanny for his son Xavier, but that was so many years ago. Let's see. I know that Green's family fortune just vanished. The tabloids were full of that story. And that magician fellow, Martin Erf, the same thing happened to him. And I'll tell you another thing. That artist fellow, Sabata, gives me the creeps. ESP? That's a laugh. Oh, but go ahead. I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. I can't help you. Sorry? Circle? Square? Star? Plus sign? Wavy lines? I saw Martin Erf chatting with Mask about all that strange stuff. Gave me the creeps, as if the two of them were plotting. And Professor Plum acts as though he knows what all that stuff is. I saw Martin Erf chatting with Mask just before he died about all that strange stuff. Gave me the creeps, like the two of them were plotting. And Professor Plum acts as though he knows what all that stuff is. No? No, thank you. Oh, you startled me, creeping up so slowly. You should make a bit of noise when you walk. I have such a bad feeling about this now. Our host is dead. He didn't even make it to his own party.